Good morning. So today we are going to be doing a natural hair revival. My client just took out some braids. She's going to go back into some braids later on, but we are going to get her hair nice and clean and get it ready. We're going to give her a silk press. We're going to give her all that good stuff, and I'm guaranteeing that she has not had a trim in many years. So we're going to do one of those too. Tell the truth.
Yes, I remember liking that.
I knew it. I knew it. I just knew it. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me just say, her hair is very oily, extremely oily. So we're going to do an extraction of these oils. And I'm going to show you guys how to easily do this. You can actually do this at home. It is not hard to do. And I'm going to do it I'm a professional way, but this way is the same way you would do it at home. Okay? And then she's going to be able to do this going forward, which I know she don't remember, but it's okay. She sure had. See, at least she's honest though. She's super honest. But for you to extract excess oil, the worst thing for you to do before a silk press is to have an extremely oily head of hair, and then you go and touch that head with water, and now the oil has been locked in. So we are going to extract this oil so that when we do her silk press, her hair does not smell like bacon grease. That is number one. Number two, we want to just make sure that the hair is nice and light and airy, because a silk press does not thrive when the hair is oily. Now, I know you're sitting here saying, okay, how are you going to extract this oil? Give me all of the information for the free 99. You know your girl's always going to do that. So I'm going to show you guys a simple way to do this, and you only need literally one product. Some Clarify and Refresh shampoo. That's it. Your mom don't know. She acting like she knows. She don't remember nothing that I tell her. For anyone that doesn't know, this beautiful person right here is April's daughter. I know y'all remember April. It's okay. Your mama's a star on my channel, by the way. She gives the most trouble. That's how they remember her. Don't be like her. She's nothing like her. She just looks like her and sounds like her. That's it. Good morning. All right. So you're going to need some Clarify and Refresh shampoo. For you to extract oil, it will take a good amount of shampoo, you guys. Okay? It does take a good amount of shampoo. Hence the reason why, as hairstylists, we always say, please do not oil your hair or your scalp right before you come for a silk press service, or if you know that week that you're coming for a silk press service. Okay? This is why. Because we are now going to have to extract a lot of these excess oils so that the hair is not heavy later on. Now, what you saw me do is apply the Clarify and Refresh shampoo directly to the hair while it is dirty and dry. That is exactly what you should do. Do not wet the hair. If your hair is already wet, this is not going to work. So you want to do this step when the hair is still dry, dirty, oily, all of that, because this is exactly what you want so that the oils can be extracted really easily. So once I apply the Clarify and Refresh to the hair, I literally just take my hands and I push it into the hair, okay? The goal is to attach the shampoo to as much of the hair as possible, especially the areas where you know the hair is oily. Now, most people want to run towards the scalp. The way to make this easy on you is to actually run towards the ends and then work your way in, because you can spread the shampoo into the scalp. If you start at the scalp, you're going to saturate one big spot, and you are going to use an entire bottle of shampoo trying to do this process. Okay? If you guys notice, I just put shampoo on my hands 2 different times, and I'm just rubbing it in. We don't need a ton of shampoo. We're not doing our wash day right at this moment. All we are doing is attaching the shampoo to as much of the hair, as much of the oiliness as possible, and then we are going to start our wash day process. Say that again? Right, that's why I'm teaching y'all how to do this. Real easy. It ain't even something that takes a lot. Hey, Tanetta. Hello, my YouTube family. Hi, my YouTube members. Hello, everyone. All right, so lastly, I'm going to take just a little bit more of shampoo, and I'm going to go around the hairline where you guys can tell there's really no shampoo there. That is kind of the last place that I'm going to mess with, because it is the easiest. Okay, you just want to make sure that you get these hidden areas in the head as much possible, like right above the occipital bone. Okay, if you guys notice, the shampoo is spreading. Okay, that is all you're going to do. And then we're going to go back to the shampoo bowl and we're going to start her wash day process by rinsing out this dry shampoo, which is what we call a dry shampoo, not the product, you guys, just the technique. And we're going to rinse this baby out and then start her actual wash day from that point on. So this is how you remove excess oils. Let's go ahead and go straight to the back to the shampoo chair. That is how you remove excess oils and get the hair prepared for wash day whenever you have an extreme amount of oil in the hair. All right, don't lean back just yet, okay? Mm-hmm. All right, so not yet, Mom, not yet. So what we're gonna do is start her shampoo process. I'm gonna get the excess shampoo off of my hands. Okay, I had some combs in here that I was washing. So we're just gonna make sure that our sink is ready. I should have been ready, but I wasn't, y'all, so that's me. All right, Mama. Come on back, slide down, head back. There you go. Okay, pros, so we're gonna go ahead and start the shampoo process. Now, I'm gonna start with cool water only because I know that I'm trying to extract the oils. Now, this is not a favorite part of this service, but it's a forgotten part of the service. So I'm using cool water on purpose. Whenever you have oils that might have like coconut oil, all of those mango butters, those different butters that will solidify, they rinse out a lot easier with cold water than they do warm water. So I'm just gonna wet the hair down with the cold water. Okay, and then I'm going to now use the same clarifying shampoo that I applied to the hair while it was dry. And I'm going to use that to give her a good cleanse at the beginning. All right, so we're going to rinse her out with that cool water. Let's see who knows the chemical or chemistry reason why I put the shampoo on her hair while it was dry if I'm trying to extract oils. What is the purpose of that? Why did I put the shampoo on the hair while it's dry? Now, while you guys are answering that question, if you're new here, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and double tap that screen. It's free. It also tells YouTube how amazing my channel is. Double tapping the screen also gives me a free thumbs up. So if you guys could double tap the screen, give me that thumbs up. Don't be a window shopper. Don't be a hater. Go ahead and just tap the screen. Tap, tap, tap. Just double tap. All you got to do it is once. Just one double tap. Thank you. I need everybody to do the same thing. And then for all my newbies, if you're new here, put some fire emojis in the chat so we can see who's new here. All right. So now that we have extracted all of the excess oil. I'm going to do a cocktail shampoo. So I'm going to be using our Elite Clarify. And because I know she already had a lot of oils in her hair, I'm not going to add a moisturizer this time. I'm going to use a little bit of the Biotin Boost as our treatment shampoo, which I got to get another bottle. Man, I go through this stuff so fast. Okay, so we're going to do kind of like a cleansing / strengthening cocktail. Now, if you're not extracting oils, then you would use the Moist Repair shampoo rather than the Bio Boost shampoo, which is a biotin shampoo. The reason I chose to use the biotin shampoo is because I know that she had a lot of oils in her hair, and then going to add more Moist Repair that isn't a heavy moisturizing or hydration shampoo, that could potentially make the hair, again, more oily later on. So I want to counteract that with a strengthening shampoo. Thank you to everyone who did the thumbs up. Now I'm switching the water to warm water. We do not need to do another cool water rinse. We're going to use warm water now. This is the shampoo service. I'm going to wipe the face off for 1 second. Yep, we have over 400 people watching. I need all 400 of you to double tap that screen, please. And thank you. All you got to do is double tap once. That will give me a free thumbs up. And what that does is tell YouTube how great my channel is. How much they need to show me to other people like yourself. All right, let me get some of these bubbles out of this sink. And then we're going to do one final shampoo using our Bio Boost shampoo again. Same shampoo. But we're only going to do a small amount. So we only need about that much shampoo. Let me see if I can get these bubbles back out of the sink. All right. Now for her conditioner, I'm also going to use the B7 or Biotin Boost collection. And the reason why I'm going to use, actually, you know what? I'm going to use the hair repair conditioner. Because she's coming out of braids that she's been in for the summer or however long. So I want to go ahead and make sure that I'm adding some repair and health back into the hair. But the good thing about using the Bio Boost at this stage of the process is it helps with detangling. It is one of those shampoos that I can kind of detangle lightly with my brush or my comb before I even get the shampoo out of the hair. It allows me to start that process really, really easy. I actually use this shampoo for my 1-year-old because it definitely helps with the detangling factor. And she has kind of like a 4B, 4C texture. So her hair just wants to literally snap back into whatever pattern it remembers. So all I'm doing is just lightly going through her ends with my wide tooth comb while the shampoo is in her hair. That is how slick the Bio Boost shampoo is. And I didn't even detangle her before I started the process. All right, so we're gonna rinse this out with some warm water. So this is our final shampoo. So we do want to make sure that we're rinsing her thoroughly. We don't want to leave any shampoo behind in the hair. Leaving shampoo or conditioner behind is not beneficial to the hair. It actually hurts more than it helps because it's going to help to dehydrate you later on. That is what we call product buildup. That is also called leaving products on that are not meant to be left on the hair. All right, so for her conditioner, I'm going to use some of our, oh, I said Bio Deep, but I think I'll do a cocktail. And then I said hair repair. So I'm going to use a little bit of our Bio Deep hair mask, okay, about that much. And then I'm also going to add some of our hair repair and restoration 2.0 conditioner. Uh-oh, my fingers are slippery. Now I want you guys to take note of how much I'm using. Okay, I'm not using a whole lot. Combined together, that is all. I'm going to make sure to emulsify that in my hands. And then we're just going to apply it to the hair, meaning the mid shaft to ends first. April, you did the work. What did you do? What did you book for her? You doing a trim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whatever you just like when I do mine. I know what you're doing.
I ain't even arguing with you
But
today.
I didn't need a trim, but I think I did it under the silk press. So I wasn't sure what. I knew she needed other stuff.
Okay, no problem. All right, so while the conditioner is in her hair, I'm gonna go ahead and detangle her. If you guys notice, it is detangling really, really easily, which is exactly what you want. I'm gonna have you tilt up just a little bit for me, Mama. Now we do have a limited edition bundle that we released. It's called the Backpack and Bounce bundle. This bundle is for parents, aunts, moms, grandmas, whomever, anyone who takes care of their hair or a child's hair. And it's going to have everything that you need to get your hair or your child's hair ready to go back to school. So if you're like me, my kids get braids at the beginning of the summer. I know that right before back to school, of course, they're not going to go back to school with those braids or whatever protective yet not so protective style that we did. So this bundle is created to basically give you everything that you need to get your child's hair prepared without you trying to figure out what you need to use. So the bundle includes a Clarify and Refresh shampoo. It also includes a Moist Repair Ultra Hydration shampoo, because I know a lot of you, your children are coming out of protective styles. They've been swimming, they've been doing so many different things. And then it also includes the Hair Repair and Restoration Conditioner, so that you can do your conditioning treatment for their hair to help to restore a lot of what has been lost through them wearing, you know, those protective styles throughout the summer. Now, I also included a backpack just because I know that backpacks are not cheap, and because I know that our children can never go without one. So why not include one to give them something to carry their items in, whether it be sports, whatever extracurricular activity they do, or even just to use it for school period. So that bundle actually comes with all 4 of those items. And I wanted to make it very cost effective because I know back to school is not cheap. Like today we have to go buy shoes for these kids. And I'm buying shoes for 3 children who have very large feet. It's not an easy thing. So I made sure that the bundle was very cost effective. It's only $39, which has been my favorite number this year. If anybody knows why 39 has been my favorite number this year, tell me why. And in the meantime, it's $39 for all 4 products and the backpack. We are very, very limited on how many bundles we have available. I think we only have about 40. So that's the only, after that, that's it. So if you visit our website, elitehaircareusa.com, you'll be able to get access to the Backpack and Bounce bundle with all 3 products and the backpack. I'm thinking of getting more backpacks if I can, but that wasn't a simple thing either. Come on back from me. My age, there you go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and rinse her hair. Now for rinsing a conditioner, what temperature should the water be? If I'm going to rinse out her conditioner, and this is the final rinse, what temperature should my water be? Thank you, Star. Cool, absolutely. So we're going to use cool water to rinse the hair. Cool water is going to close the cuticle. It's also going to lock the natural shine back into the hair. It also helps to keep the hair from retangling as fast as it would. It is definitely vital when you are rinsing your conditioner because it's going to lock that conditioner into the hair, close that cuticle, meaning the effects of the conditioner, and then allow you to move on to the next step of the process, which is preserving the hair with your leave-in conditioner and whatever your styling preference is, preparation for that too. So Sarah says, I don't know why black stylists still use wide tooth combs, other tools that cause pain when they're like tangle tweezer or type 4 hair that doesn't cause breakage or pain. Well, everything you use is going to cause breakage or pain. I mean, I have a detangle brush. Does that mean that I'm going to use that on everyone? No. Just because it says it's a detangle brush. What might work for you might not work for someone else. But I understand what you're saying. But, you know, if you're running from pain, sit up for me. There is nothing that is going to be painless when you're detangling tangled hair or when you're just detangling, period. It really just depends on the sensitivity of the person that I'm working with. Did I hurt you? Mm-mm. Did it hurt when I was detangling? Not really. Okay. So at the end of the day, again, that is really determined by whose hair I'm working with and what texture or type I'm working with. For me, a wide tooth comb is better than the detangle brush. A tangle tweezer, don't know what that is. Doesn't even sound like something that I would want to know to use. Okay, Mama, go sit in my chair for me. But, you know, to each his own. I respect how you feel. It just, for me, I use whatever works for my client at that time and what makes me not have to work so hard, especially because no one wants to sit here detangling their hair for 2 hours. Like, it's not just a black stylist thing either, because honestly, white stylists don't detangle hair, period. Y'all ain't got no hair to read. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. We're just going to keep that comment to ourselves. People scared to detangle. I detangle the heck out of my hair with a wide tooth comb or unbrush. Yeah, you can use either or. I mean, you know, to each his own. Everybody's not going to agree. Agnes, you want to just make sure that you're using products that are more tailored towards your hair and what your hair needs. All right, so we're going to finish the preparation process. And when I say finish the preparation process, what do I mean? Let's see who's a real pro here, who's really been following your girl. She's been following the methods to my madness. So we're going to spray her down with some leave-in conditioner. So I'm going to actually use the Hydra Strength 2.0 leave-in conditioner. Okay, we're going to hold it out about 6 to 10 inches away from the head. If you guys notice, it wasn't here. It was back here. Okay. And then lastly, I'm going to spray her with some Shield Heat and Humidity Protectant Spray. Because I know that I'm going to be doing a silk press, I want to make sure that I am covering and protecting the hair from any form of excess heat. Okay, you're not going to literally make it where you can feel product all over the head. It should really just be a mist, because that's all you need. All right. And then I am going to use a wide tooth comb. And as you guys can tell, even though we detangled her, she retangles just that fast, doesn't she? So some people's hair types traditionally for the type 4 hair, usually you have to detangle as you go through the process. There's no way around it. I don't care what tool you use. So I'm actually going to go grab my wide tooth comb that I used before. So that's my favorite. So that'll work. So I'm going to show you guys the difference between using a detangle brush and using a wide tooth comb. Okay, detangle brush does not physically get through every strand of the hair. Why? Because the teeth literally are just opening up, and it's not really going to detangle you the way you would think that it would. Okay, yes, it's going to help you because you think, oh my gosh, it's making the process so much easier. But really, I'm working harder because I could have already been done with this detangle. A wide tooth comb is going to be a lot easier, and I can get to the scalp. Okay, this is not necessarily detangling the hair all the way. So this is why I like to use this, because I can get in between the hair and really get through the hair. But again, every tool is not for everybody. Now, once I do that, I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm going to rope twist her hair so that we can air dry her. Now, because I know I can feel that her ends are already wanting to just wound up together, I like to comb through them just a little bit when I get to the end so that when I do rope twist it, everything lays nice and smooth. What do you use for her hair? Meaning what, Lebo? Be a little more specific for me. Thank you, Star. You know what I think is also a thing? Some of you are afraid to lose 2 strands of hair, not knowing that you lose 20 times that every single day, naturally. So you manipulating the hair, combing through it, anything that comes off or comes out was meant to come off or come out. There's nothing that you can do to stop that process from happening. A lot of times you guys don't detangle and then wonder why later on, when you do detangle, you look like you're going bald. Because you're not physically detangling like you should be from the beginning. And now you're waiting for that last moment of, okay, I don't have a choice. And now your hair is popping. You have fairy knots. You have all these things because you're neglecting to detangle on a consistent basis. Is it not difficult to do them with those long nails? Absolutely no. Honestly, I feel like I can't do anything without my nails because I've had them for so long. And I'm a nail biter, so I have to have my nails done. Even with me being a nail biter and acrylics on, I bite my nails so much, I will go around the edges of my nails with the acrylics on them. When you can't get to them, I'm going to get around them. That's why I don't go without my nails done. Because I'm such a nail biter, I will bite it down to the skin. Yep, nice and sore, and I'm still going to find a piece.
In the corner.
Yep. Or let one of those little pieces of skin be hanging off. Life is heaven then. Only nail biters can understand this, okay? I do too.
Even when I got the nails, I bite around.
Thank you, Star. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, girl. Your mama owe me a comb. And all I was at is at the ends, you guys. But you do just, outside of that, you guys, you do just want to make sure that you detangle the hair thoroughly, especially when you're about to go under the dryer, knowing that you're going to be doing a silk press after the fact. Because if you don't, now you're going to be popping the hair during the blow dry process.
Because you don't comb my hair like that.
Are you saying that she's very rough?
Yes. Everybody agrees with that in the house.
Yeah.
Even the dog.
She said even the dog.
No way.
As you guys can tell, I detangled her, right? But this is a part of being type 4 and having medium to coarse textured hair. You have to detangle and detangle as you go. But you're going to notice when it's time for me to blow dry how easy the blow dry process will be. Do you prefer steam dryers or air dryers? Does it matter? Actually, I like both. I like both. You can do steam drying or steam dryers. You can do steam treatments, that's not a dryer. Let me say it this way. When people try to say, oh, that's a steam dryer. Steam cannot dry the hair. You need dry heat to dry the hair. A steamer is good for instilling moisture with a treatment, utilizing water. But you still need to dry the hair with a dryer. Now for me, when I do my drying, if you guys notice, I don't blow dry my clients when they're just coming from the bowl. I prefer to allow the hair to dry at least 60%. And then I will use my blow dryer the remainder of the way. Why? Because that's just another part of the insurance, knowing that my client will be able to revert after their silk press, and also making sure that I'm not contributing to their hair, their curl pattern breaking later on. Okay, let's go to the dryer, please. It's already on. You can get your wallet. Now, I'll take a couple hair care questions. If anybody has any, go ahead and type them on the screen. While she's air drying, I'll answer a couple of hair care questions. Best relaxer to use for your thick hair, the same one that your stylist uses. I don't do relaxer talk. I feel like that should definitely be done in a salon by a professional. How many days should you go without washing your hair? I always say that your wash day should be every 10 to 14 days, unless your hair is in some form of longer term protective style. Let me see if there were any more up here. How many minutes in the dryer? Usually I do anywhere from about 20 to 30 minutes, which would be the same amount of time that I would have taken if I had to blow dry the hair, probably even more. I have a shell or iodine allergy. Can I use your products with the snail mucin? That would be a question for your physician, because I don't know if snail mucin would affect shell allergies or shellfish allergies. I don't know, and I'm not gonna, make it up like I do. I would definitely ask your physician about that. I have wavy hair. What's the best protective hairstyle to leave it in overnight? And what's a good wavy hair routine? So wavy hair, there's no protective style that you can do overnight. There's no such thing as a real protective style. We just use that word when all it's doing is really protecting your hair from you. It's not protecting the hair. If anything, it's harming the hair more than helping. I would definitely say probably rope twist it at night. Make sure you put a scarf, not a bonnet. Bonnets are not good for the hair. That's really it. And wavy hair, your hair care routine is going to be exactly the same as anyone else. Make sure that you clarify first, cleanse the hair and the scalp, and then also make sure that you are using shampoo that is catered to your hair texture, hair type, and porosity. If you are natural and low porosity, that would be our moist repair collection. If your hair is high porosity, you could use the hair repair or the biotin boost, or you can do a cocktail. And then make sure that you are conditioning and using a really good leave-in conditioner, which all of our collections have a leave-in conditioner that actually matches that collection. I decided to shave my hair to restart. What should I do at the beginning of the journey? So with you shaving your head, really there's nothing that you can do. Just allow the hair to thrive. You don't need to do a lot. I'm very simple when it comes to hair care. A good shampoo, a good conditioner. Make sure that you're not over shampooing and conditioning. Make sure you get your trims on time, regardless if you're short or long. I still get my hair cut every couple weeks. Okay, because regardless of that, my hair still grows. I still get split ends no matter if the hair is short or long. This mode ain't gonna be my best friend because it's almost time for a relaxer. I'm really trying it right now. I already know this mode ain't gonna be my bestie this week. I probably should have just done a relaxer anyway, but it's cool. I'll read your guys' questions in just a moment. I knew that was gonna happen because I got a big head. Okay, so while she's under there, we're just gonna sit there anyway. I don't have another client right now, so. I have very thin hair, so I don't dry my hair. I let it dry naturally. What can I use to make my hair thicker? Well, when you say you have very thin hair, do you mean you have fine textured hair like me, or your hair is thin and damaged? There's a difference. Thank you, Wanda. What is the best hair care routine for 4C hair? My hair gets extremely matted. Kelly, I would definitely say, and you might want to write this down for those of you that have 4C or type 4 hair. Look at April. Let me give my client's mom 5 seconds to pull out her stuff so she can write this down. I just want y'all to see what's going on here. Look, she over there like, let me get something to write this down. So before I give this 4C or type 4 hair routine, I need everybody to stop what you're doing and double tap the screen. All I need you to do is double tap once. That gives my channel a thumbs up. That's all I ask for the free 99, y'all. Like, it costs you nothing. I'm not gonna spam you or anything like that. Just double tap the screen, and then we'll go ahead and give out that 4C hair care regimen for your wash day. We need to get to at least 300. It's 640 people watching. We can get to 300 thumbs up by everybody just double tapping. It's that easy. Don't be a hater. Don't be a window shopper. Don't be a skumana. Go ahead and just double tap. Thank you. All right, so we're at 306. Awesome. All right, 4C hair care routine. Number 1, make sure before you start your wash day, man, I got a scab on my nose. Before you start your wash day, you dry detangle the hair utilizing a wide tooth comb or a detangling brush, whichever one you guys prefer. I don't have a preference. It depends on you and your hair. Okay? After you dry detangle the hair, you're gonna go to your sink in your kitchen, bathroom, or even if you have a salon sink or whatever, and you're gonna start by clarifying the hair and the scalp. Now let me take one step back. If you have anything what we call scalp congestion, itchiness, dry scalp, dandruff, any of those things, you can pre-poo the scalp using the Soothe and Balance pre-treatment first, okay? So you can pre-poo just so you can get that help with that buildup, help with that dandruff, help with that scalp congestion. If you don't have that situation, or you don't have an extremely itchy scalp, then you'll go ahead and go straight into your clarifying shampoo, which is going to cleanse the hair and the scalp and get you prepared for your actual treatment shampoo, which will be the next shampoo. Now, once we get to the treatment shampoo, this is after you've pre-pooed, after you've clarified. You're now gonna move into the Moist Repair Ultra Hydration Sulfate-Free Shampoo. Okay, I always just call it Moist Repair because that's a very long name. The Moist Repair is infused with snail mucin, so it's extremely hydrating. It has mango butter. It has all of those good emollients that are going to add moisture and hydration to the hair. After you use your Moist Repair, you can do that once, maybe twice, depending on the needs of your hair. After your Moist Repair shampoo, we're gonna do what we call a cocktail. Now, in order for you to do this cocktail the right way, you're also going to need a hooded dryer. If you don't have a professional one, which 90% of you don't, you can get a soft bonnet dryer, which I told you guys that you could get that from Walmart. You can get that from Target, even though I know we're not supposed to be shopping at Target, but you need what you need. I'm not with all that foolishness, okay? I was just in there the other day. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and spread lies because they had the dryer that I needed. Preferably the Andis soft bonnet dryer or the Gold and Hot soft bonnet dryer. They are much smaller. They're like squares. They fit under your bathroom sink. Now, if you already have the old school Golden Hot dome dryer, the Conair dome dryers that you got to literally make an entire shed for in the backyard to fit it in, that's fine. You're going to bring that baby out and you're going to use that. The reason why you need this dryer is because if you are type 4, more than likely you are low porosity. Low porosity hair cannot be hydrated or moisturized without heat. Now, you don't have to use a dryer if you don't want to. You can also use a steamer to do your deep conditioning treatment, but you need heat. Steamer is going to give you hot steam. Dryer is going to give you hot, dry heat. So they're one of the same, okay? You're going to now cocktail our Moist Me 24 karat mask along with our Bio Deep fortifying mask. Now, I know you're sitting here saying, well, why don't I just use the Moist Me 24 karat mask? Well, Moist Me 24 karat is amazing, especially if you are type 2 or type 3 and low porosity. But if you are type 4 and low porosity, you need a mask and conditioner that is going to also help you in the detangle process. Because we all know that 4C, 4B, and 4A hair have the most extreme curl pattern / zigzags, and they go like this. This is your curl pattern. When it should be like that, yours is like that. Snap close. So you want something that's going to help to, one, of course, hydrate the hair while you're under the dryer, but two, also help you with the detangling part of this service, which is hand in hand when you get to the conditioner. So you're going to put both of those together in the hand, rub them or emulsify them together, and then you're going to put them all over the hair first, not the scalp. Start at the hair. And then work your way in, detangle with your wide tooth comb, put on a processing cap if you're going to be under a dry heat dryer. If you are going to be doing a hair steamer, you do not use a processing cap, okay? Now you'll be under your dryer for about 15 minutes. You do not need to deep condition for 45 minutes. There is no absolute reason for that. The only difference to this is if you are using a steamer, if it doesn't have a dome like this, where it will cocoon the whole head, and you're using the one that just pushes the steam out in one direction, you're gonna have to do it twice. Once on one side, once on the other side. That is the only difference. So you'll do 15 minutes here and 15 minutes here. That's the only separation in this. Once you finish with your deep conditioning treatment, you are now going to rinse the hair thoroughly with cold water. Cold water is going to snap the cuticle shut. It is going to lock in all of the hard work that you've done between the shampoo process and the conditioner. And now you are going to move on to your leave-in conditioner. Once the hair is thoroughly rinsed, you will get your leave-in conditioner, which your leave-in conditioner at this point is going to be the Moist Repair Ultra Hydration leave-in conditioner. You're going to mist that on. You're not going to, I don't like to use the word spray because most of you get right here to the corner of your head and you spray. We're going to mist it, so it should be a mist of leave-in conditioner. And then from there, you will move on with your styling preference. If you know you're going to be using hot tools, then you need to be using the Shield Heat and Humidity Protectant Spray on top of your leave-in conditioner, and then you will move into your blow dry. So that is the entire regimen from ground zero all the way to level Z of how you do a wash day if you have type 4 low porosity hair. Now, if I just gave you a bunch of good information for the free 99, I need everybody to double tap that screen. If you've already double tapped, then go ahead and put some fire emojis in the chat. Again, this is all free for the free 99. Come on. Come on. Like, don't be a schooner. Don't be a hater. Don't be a window shopper. Stop trying to hide amongst the trees, okay? It's not going to hurt you. Appreciate it. All right, so that is, I know that was a long answer, but that actual process is exactly what I just did. How often should I let my hair rest from braids? The same amount of time that you had those braids in. If you had those braids in for 5 months, then you need to give your hair 5 months. Is relaxer bad for your hair? Absolutely not. I have a relaxer. I love my relaxer. It's not relaxer that's bad for the hair. It's the people who do the relaxer and the people who take care of the hair after the relaxer that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay. Is it okay to comb your relaxer to the end every once in a while? Nancy, again, that is a conversation that I would have with your stylist that is doing your relaxer. Should you oil your hair daily? No, absolutely not. How often do you recommend moisturizing your hair with 2-strand twists? Well, you're not moisturizing your hair with 2-strand twists. 2-strand twists is a style. Moisturizing your hair is done on wash day. Wash day is when you are getting the most moisturizing. After that, you can use our Hydra Daily Moisture Cream, which is a lightweight hair dress that also is infused with snail mucin that will help to hydrate the hair, but it is not meant for you to use it every single day. That is how you get product buildup. That is also how you dehydrate the hair even faster. I want you guys to think back. If you have children, because right now it's back to school, which is why we've been talking about the Backpack and Bounce bundle, right? We all used to buy a product in a pink bottle that starts with a P. You too, right? Me too, right? Okay, I did too. I have kids. I have daughters who have a lot of hair. And every time we go to do the little bubble styles, where we're parting the hair and putting the, I know I'm triggering her. She's like, oh my gosh, right? every time we go to do the bubble styles, what did we put on the hair first? That pink stuff in the pink bottle that starts with a P. And if you notice, every single day you did your child's hair, was their hair not dry as the Sahara Desert in 200-degree weather in the middle of Dubai and Africa and north, south, east, and west? Do you know why? Because one, low porosity hair doesn't absorb moisture without the cuticle being open. Two, your child's metabolism is the speed of a NASCAR race car in the Daytona 500. So they literally absorb it right away anyway. And three, all we did was create product buildup, and all it did was dry their hair out even more. We just didn't know that. But you got people like me who are here to give you this information for the free 99 to make it make sense. So that is the reason why I say you are not to be using external products on a consistent basis expecting to get moisture from it. No, moisture is on wash day. Now, protecting the hair and aiding the hair in between is your job when you're using like the Hydra Daisy Moisture Cream or any one of the other products that you might use. I do not live in Mississippi. Linda asks, why are bonnets not good? Because bonnets give the hair too much free space. The hair does not need free space. The hair should be condensed to not allow it to move, to not allow it to be manipulated while you are rubbing your head. You're creating a cyclone with your head, and all you're doing is literally rolling it around. You got a question? Listen, if y'all can see April over there, like she's like a little jitterbug. Oh my gosh. Hi, Crystal. Would like to know when you do a relaxer and you condition the hair before normalizing. I don't know if that was a question. My niece just got her hair colored honey blonde. She has extremely dense, wavy, curly hair. What would be the best regimen for her? Extremely dense, wavy, curly, and she got it honey blonde. So moisture is definitely going to be a big part of it. Since she just got it colored, I would definitely say your next wash day would need to be a protein treatment and then moisturizing at the same time. The reason why I say a protein treatment, because hair color kind of acts like relaxer. Hair color is extreme on the hair. It takes the hair through a very vicious process for us to get from 0.0 to 0.9, right? So whenever that happens, you want to make sure that you are restoring the hair, you're strengthening the hair. And then after you strengthen, you want to rehydrate the hair, because that blonde or that extreme coloring that we've just done has now taken the life out of the internal part of the hair. So you want to make sure that you are rehydrating and also strengthening at the same time. So Repair RX protein treatment will be your next step. After that, you can use the Moist Repair. We actually have a kit on the site called Dry Brittle Kit, where it has the Moist Repair shampoo, the mask, the leave-in conditioner, and Goddess Hair Repair Serum that you can use after the fact. How do you grow out your pixie cut? Just let it grow and don't cut it. It is not easy. You're going to look like a chia pet, but that's a part of the process. I'm transitioning from relaxed, also menopausal. Did a hair chop some weeks ago. Hair is getting thicker. Any tips? Thank you. Okay, so you're transitioning from relaxed hair to natural. You did a chop. When you say you did a chop, did you cut off all the relaxer, or you just cut off a little bit of the relaxer so you still have some relaxed hair and a lot of natural hair too? When I want to keep my curls loose, is it healthy to use the Big Papa Dough gel? I don't know. You'd need to ask Big Papa Dough. Why did you not use gel for her hair? Gel? I don't need gel. I'm going to do a silk press. So gel, the purpose of gel is to do what? Keep the hair in one place, make it hard, right? So that's why I didn't use gel. I'm not trying to keep it in one place, and I'm not trying to make the hair hard. Sorry if this is off topic with the backpacks. Do you offer multiple colors? So Moray, the backpacks actually we have them in pink, blue, and black, and also lime green. We have no choice of the color. It's just whatever color we put in the package. We're trying to make this as simple as possible. I did try to just get them in black, but haven't been successful, so I had to get the multicolor. But each backpack is one solid color, meaning it's either pink, lime green, aqua blue, or black. I have 2C to... Did your dryer stop? Your dryer stop?
Did my hair dry stop?
When it stops, just just get up and sit in my chair so I know it's time. I have 2C, 3C curls. Can you give me the best haircut to get for more volume? Girl, to real, I would definitely say go to a stylist first. They need to actually see that for them to be able to tell you an answer. I can't tell you that over this and not see your hair. Ariana, how do I make my hair more healthy and shiny than it is? There is a product to use. Is there a product to use, and what's a good, I don't know what that means, hair mask or any hair mask that would, and what's a good shampoo and conditioner brand? Ariana, it depends, one, on your hair texture and type, and two, if there's any problems with the hair. And of course, I'm going to always say Elite Hair Care. So that's automatic, but I would definitely point you in the right direction of products. For those of you that have hair care questions and maybe I have not been able to answer, or you haven't gotten an answer, we actually have a hair care product quiz on our website that points you in the direction of the products best for your hair based on the different questions and answers that you give. It's literally a 1-minute quiz. It takes you no time. And I've curated all of the answers so that it will tell you what product to use for the hair, or what products we recommend for what problems you're having. Do you have a product that helps with tingling or tight scalp? Rolithia, I would say you need to see a dermatologist. That is not normal. You might need to go and see a dermatologist to have them do a culture or even evaluate your scalp. What if my daughters and I have to keep braids to keep hair detailed? Can you do braids then twist concurrently? Granted, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't. Here's the problem. Too much of one thing is not good. So more than likely, eventually, you're going to start having receding hairline. You're going to start noticing that you have no density. You're going to start noticing that you don't have a lot of length, or you're not retaining length because you're not trimming. You're not stretching the hair out. You're not manipulating the hair in other ways. You're literally just continuously doing the same negative behavior over and over and over again, but expecting something great to happen. Tina, itchy, oily scalp, fine texture. Hold on. Itchy, oily scalp, fine texture, medium thickness, and I love your flow comb. Much appreciated. So, Tina, if you have an itchy scalp, I would definitely recommend a Soothe and Balance pre-poo and pre-treatment. That is definitely going to be the winner for that. And then if you have fine texture with a medium thickness, then I would say our Biotin Boost collection. Biotin Boost is a B7 collection, like a biotin collection. So that is definitely going to help to strengthen that fine textured hair, but still allow you to manage that medium thickness. Sandra, why don't you put grease in the hair? Have a lot of grease products and light stuff to make the slick it down or something like that. Sandra, you don't need a lot of grease in the hair. Hair grease, like our hair repair and restoration growth balm, is used after the fact. That is something that you do at home sporadically, not every single day, not all the time, because the scalp definitely needs nourishment too. But me as a stylist, why am I oiling your scalp if I just cleansed it? My job is to make sure that the hair is healthy, the scalp is clean, the scalp is doing what it's supposed to do, which is help you with the hair. Oiling the scalp is an external after the fact process. It's not a while you're in the salon process. Unless I'm doing braids, I'm not oiling the scalp because I'm applying heat to the hair. So that's going to be something that I do when I'm not applying heat to the hair. Hopefully that answered your question. Hi, Crystal. I'm 14 years cancer-free. I lost my hair due to cancer treatment. My growth back very thin in the top of my head. I would love to know what's best to use to my hair hair growth strong. Okay, so Antoinette, one, congratulations for being 14 years post-cancer. Absolutely, God is so good, buddy. That is first. Two, whatever hair you got after your hair grew back from the chemo and all of that stuff, that is the hair you got, right? The fact that you got hair is a blessing. Three, we want to just make sure that we are keeping the hair strong and we are not allowing our hair to be dehydrated. Why? Because the hair is already, regardless of what, going through a lot. Everything that your body went through, so did the hair. And that hair that grew from a body that was going through all these different things, chemo, all this stuff, right? So you want to just make sure that you are strengthening the hair when it needs it and you're moisturizing the hair when it needs it. So you'll be doing a little bit of both. You can do hot oil treatments with the Goddess Hair Repair Serum. Hot oil treatments are amazing regardless of how much hair you have. It is going to help to strengthen the actual scalp and also the hair that's coming out. Sit in my chair, mama. Right? 2, you can also use our hair repair collection, which is infused with garlic oil, onion oil, botana oil. It is amazing for those of you who are trying to restore or regrow dormant or unhealthy hair. Not saying your hair is unhealthy because of what you were dealing with, but just anyone in general. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I did all of the questions. What is the significance of zinc shampoo, and do you have something similar? Zinc in a shampoo for me. It's significant because it is great for people who are dealing with autoimmune issues like thyroid, diabetes, lupus, high blood pressure, any one of those. Zinc is a mineral that helps with that condition because it's one of those things that helps to stimulate and strengthen the scalp. It also helps to reduce the inflammation. If you guys notice, people who are dealing with autoimmune issues traditionally are dealing with a lot of inflammation. That is what they cause, inflammation in the body. They are also in the bloodstream, which is another part of it contributing to the inflammation in the body. So our shampoo that has zinc in it would be the Hair Repair Collection, and also our Soothe and Balance Pre-Poo. That also has that zinc in there that is going to help you with your hair and your scalp. All right, so we're going to go ahead and blow her out, get her all prepared for her silk press. So you guys will see me just kind of working, and we're just going to keep moving. Now, when I do my blow dry, I like to ensure that I'm starting directly in the sections, and I'm not removing all of the sections all at once, because all it's going to do is tell the hair to retangle. Okay, so if you notice, I removed that one section, and I'm going to literally blow out that one section. Okay, now I'm using a blow dryer with a comb attachment. I actually had a comment one time from someone because I had done their hair, and they left a review that they were astonished that I used a blow dryer with a comb attachment, and I don't know why. I didn't know that, you know, using a blow dryer with a comb attachment versus using a brush with a blow dryer was going to make a difference in how your hair came out. I believe in working smarter, not harder, and I also know that this blow dryer with a comb attachment is going to allow this blow dry process to be a lot faster, and I'm going to be able to stretch the hair out without manipulating it way too much. Now, does that mean that I would never use a blow dryer and a brush? No. I pick and choose when to use it and when it makes sense. Okay? So if you guys notice her hair, when I'm blowing it out, I've already done most of the work, so I don't really have a lot to do. Now, I could also blow dry her ends and allow it to get a lot straighter with the blow dryer and the brush, but I don't even have to do that. This blow dryer is hot enough that I can use the comb attachment and still achieve the same thing. So using a blow dryer with a comb attachment is not a bad thing, you guys. If you have one, great, use it. Does that mean you need to go out and buy one? No. Does that mean you have to go get a very expensive one? No. Because a blow dry is a blow dry. You just want to make sure that when you are blow drying it, you're blow drying it with whatever purpose you are about to do after the fact. Now I'm going to show you guys the difference if I was to use my blow dryer with a comb or a brush, rather than a blow dryer with a comb attachment. So I'm just going to use one of these. Not everybody has a denim brush, so I'm not going to use a denim brush. And I'm using our Smooth by EHC blow dryer. See how much direct heat I have to get? If this was a child, do you think that I could, well, I'm not gonna, she's an adult now, y'all, she's 18 years, she's not a child. But if this was a child, I'd have to get extremely close to the scalp in order to do my blowout, right? But it's not changing the result for me. Because now I have to use direct heat to give the same result. When I know I'm gonna be doing a silk press, so why put my client through that if I don't have to? Now, if her curl pattern was extremely tight, this would be a different conversation, but I don't have that situation. Y'all see the difference? It's the same hair. It didn't change the blowout. It's still the same blow dry. It didn't even make my original blow dry any better. So, you use whatever you need to, huh? It seems more rough, right? Yeah.
I'm talking about for you.
Yes, carpal tunnel definitely is a contributing factor to why I've slowed down on using a brush and blow dryer, because it definitely takes a toll on the body over time. It definitely does. Is a silk pillowcase good for the hair? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you don't have money for a silk pillowcase, you can also get a polyester one. Amazon sells good silk pillowcases or silk blend pillowcases. I mean, you can use those. My question is, why does hair not curl at the top of my root, but does at my end? Honestly, I wouldn't be able to answer that because I need to see your hair to understand what you're saying. Sounds to me like you just have two different curl patterns because you're doing more to one section of the hair than the other. What do you think about Rev Air hair dryer? Do you think it's worth the price? So I actually was sent a Rev Air dryer many years ago when I had my salon suite in Altamont. This was right before Elite Hair Care became Elite Hair Care. They sent me one for me to do content on it. I loved it at that time, but at some point I ended up getting rid of it because it's not practical for me as a stylist in the salon. Honestly, I feel like I worked a lot harder because it didn't straighten the hair enough for the purpose of what I was doing. So after I would use the Rev Air, I would then have to go and blow dry the hair with my regular blow dryer to get it a lot straighter. So for at-home use, go right on ahead. But me personally, the thing was too damn big. That was one. Two, it took up way too much space. And three, I still felt like I was working a lot harder. But that's as Crystal as a hairstylist, not Crystal at home. The blow dryer that I'm using right now, this is a Dyson professional blow dryer. They do sell Dyson for retail, which is not as hot as the professional version. I do have it in my Amazon store for those of you that are interested in the Dyson blow dryer. They've gotten a lot better. I've had this one for a couple years, which is why I said I have another one in my Amazon store, because I know you guys, some of you want that blow dryer. But they have better ones now. Would I go and spend another $600? No. All right, so we are now done with the blow dry process. Okay, the blow dry process is all done. Now, as you guys can tell, she's blown out, but my fingers are still getting caught. Okay, that is normal when you have any 4 type or type 4 hair. That's very normal. All right, Mom, I'm gonna have you sit straight up for me and then chin down. All right, so before we start her press, I'm going to apply some frizz control to the hair. Frizz control is a silicone. It is also going to help to seal the cuticle. It is going to help protect her against any form of excessive heat because we are doing a press. It's also going to help with the longevity of her press. Now, is it going to change if outside is humid and wet? No, that's not going to be your all hail, fix the problem. But it's great for hair protection. It's going to add a little more shine and sheen to the hair. And it's also going to seal the cuticle and make that hair nice and easy to glide over when it's time for the press. All right, which is now, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and do our press now. All right, so I'm going to use a fine tooth comb. It is normal for the hair to get caught, you guys. She has type 4 hair. That is a part of it, okay? That is a part of type 4 hair. Now, when I do the nape, I actually like to do diagonal parting for the nape because I know that that occipital bone is here and it's harder for you to go straight down and not burn your client. So I like to do the diagonal. Are you wearing your hair out or you want to wrap it? Okay. How do you want it styled? Straight, curly, what?
I don't even know.
How do you wear it? Do you wear it like a side part? Like how do you normally wear it?
I don't.
Okay, so when you have your weaves and stuff in, do you part it on the side? Middle?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you a middle part.
I've never seen that side. Okay, that's enough for that. It does.
Now she has some dry flaking. That is fine, you guys. That doesn't mean, oh my gosh, my hair is dirty. No, it's just gonna literally flake right off. So don't even stress about it. The hair is actually clean. And what you don't want to do is leave that flake sitting there because all it's gonna do is live right there until you remove it. A wet patch right there, so you don't want to press wet patches. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm still pressing my client on live. Okay. Okay. Well, if you follow Crystal, what do I tell you is the key to your press? What's the first thing? Huh? Yeah, but even if you wanted to, what is the first thing that's important when you're doing the press? Huh? It's not the parting. One is the tool, right? Because not every tool is meant for silk pressing. Two, make sure that the hair is prepped the right way for you to be able to get a press.
Definitely not clean. The main problem is because when we do it at home, we wash it, but I don't do like the clarifying part. So I know it's still be oily. That's why.
Yeah, an oily head is not good for you to press.
That's why I was like, not this time.
And that's another reason why I extracted the oil at the beginning, because I know what I want my end result to be. And if I lock that oil in and expect my hair to be nice and light and airy and not smell like bacon grease.
That's the first problem. I already know when you get that, I'm like, oh, well, that's why.
Yeah.
You never get that straight.
You never want to press the hair. Right. That's why when I see people do like hot comb presses and they're using curl wax. Okay, yes. If you notice, the hair looks greasy and separated by the time you're done.
They used to do that back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Hot comb. They grease your hair and put that hot comb in.
And then they want to sit there and give you Easter curls. Like, no, them curls are not Easter looking.
I hate it. Literally hate it. I just think every time you take your hair, it's too much hair out or something. Oh, it's Easter. What's wrong with me? It works.
That just comes from, one, she's had a style in for a long time, so that is the inevitable. The dry patches, because
it's gonna be in the top too. It's like little sections. It's gonna be in the top too. It's like
yeah, I mean that's gonna happen because the hair hasn't been able to be, you know, cleansed and really taken care of on a consistent basis because it's been covered up. That kind of just comes with the process. But you'll notice that the more her hair is out, the less those dry patches will
that's
be.
what I told her. I said if we threw it out a little more, it'd probably be better.
Yeah, that kind of just comes with the territory. I actually expect this to be a thing whenever I'm working with a client who's had, you know, a protective styling for quite some time. This is normal because now the scalp is saying, ooh, I get a chance to shed some of this skin, shed this layer that's so dehydrated. It has to take that off. The body's gonna do what it's supposed to do.
So she don't need to go to the hospital. Oh, she needs to go to the doctor.
No. She just has dry, it's just like when you have dry patches on your skin. Why would you have dry patches on your skin?
She needs some lotion.
If I have dry patches in my face, that's because I'm not moisturizing. I'm not giving my skin what it needs. Not because I need to go to a dermatologist. All they're going to do is introduce medication that's then going to cause another problem that then causes another problem.
That's why she didn't go. And it's gonna cost me money, so I'm just trying to figure out how to fix it myself.
Thank you, Delilah.
Scalp is so clean. Look at that.
That's what we want. We want a clean scalp. So then after this, she can now do what she needs to do when it comes on to moisture. You know, add a little bit of oil to her scalp later, right? Not now. This would be like later this week. Wrap her hair up. Allow her natural oils to get in.
Scarf, right?
Yes.
The bonnet.
No bonnets. Bonnets do not help preserve the silk press. Oh yeah, Star, I see you in the house by yourself because Pac would be blocking people left and right, child. Pac block people that shouldn't even be blocked. I love me a beautician who loves on hair and isn't just looking for the money. Oh. While I'm doing my job because I do like to make money. But you have to have a love for this. This is not a career choice for someone who's just in it to make money because you're going to burn out. And you're not going to be happy doing it. And with hair, this is why I always say that it's a gift. This is not something that, oh, I wake up and I think I'm going to learn how to do hair today. You naturally have to have that talent. And for you to naturally have that talent and that talent actually thrive, you have to love what you're doing. So if you're in it for the money, honey, this is not the career to be in for money. That for sure. I love a good feathered silk press. Me too. My hair is extremely dry and brittle. Is there any way to restore hair like this, or should I just start over and chop it off? Well, it depends on why it's extremely dry and brittle. Is that naturally your hair? Are you low porosity? Are you type 4? Because if you are low porosity and type 4 and coarse texture, that is normal. Should you lift the dry patches before you shampoo, especially after braids? Yes, but you know, the funny thing is she didn't have the dry patches before we started. Yeah, her scalp was, she didn't have any patches. And that's why I'm saying this is not dandruff. There's a difference. So dandruff is a waxy thick layer that lifts off the hair. It doesn't flake like this. This could be a form of dermatitis because it's a thin scale. It's really thin. Dandruff is waxy. It looks like wax. That's how you know the difference. This could even just be dry scalp. This could be, again, because the hair has not been moisturized for long periods of time. So your scalp is now shedding that layer. That's normal. Because I can actually see the dryness.
Yes, look, patches. You can see it.
Yeah.
You can see one on the top. It's like little sections where she probably scratched.
Even
you.
I don't have dandruff. I don't have an issue with dandruff. But anytime I have my hair in like braids or something, like when I went to DR last year and I had those rope twists, when I tell you my scalp suffered after, because it's not used to that.
And because when she have the braids, it's like a little corner. That side you're on now, and at the top, she scratched. You can see it. You have to dig it out.
Mm-hmm. And to answer your question, if it was a situation where, yes, she had built up on the scalp before I started, that would have actually been a part of my wash day process. That's a normal process, which is why you guys will always see me. I'm pulling through the hair. I'm looking at the scalp. I'm not pulling through the hair just because I'm introducing my video. I'm pulling through the hair because I'm observing what's going on with the hair, and I'm also looking at the scalp to determine what I need to do for that service, for that client. Just because my client says, oh, I just want a silk press. Well, if you come in here and your scalp looks like you haven't touched it in several years and it's all caked up and caked on, at that point I'm going to say, well, I'm going to recommend we do a deep cleanse, because there's no absolute way that I'm going to be able to service you and give you a silk press with your scalp looking the way it does. Or you come in and say you want a certain specific type of service, but your hair is not in the condition for me to offer that type of service. So it is my job to evaluate the hair before we start, to know what I need to do later on.
She's not lying. She will actually be that.
Oh, I do it all the time.
When I tried to get my color, you was like, what you color?
Hey, I'm giving the raw truth. I'm that kind of person.
You give me a hair. My hair was broke. You know what? I watched you when you saw Tony, when you was on. I was like, look at him too. He's so funny.
We argue so much. Love him to death, though.
I see him so I was scrolling. I was like, oh my goodness.
I'm in Orlando, Florida. You know, the crazy thing is there's some stylists out there that will see this dry flake, right? And they will do their absolute best to not even touch your scalp because they don't want the flake to literally come off. And when I say it that way, I mean they don't want to have to do that extra work. Some of them are afraid that the client is gonna say that they caused something too. Instead of just educating them as to what it is, why it is, you know, how to rectify it, what to do, what not to do. And in her case, we already know. It's just more moisture, allowing the hair and the scalp to get more oxygen more often.
What's the longest she had her hair out in a long time?
I damaged my hair so bad, I'm thinking just to cut it off and start all over again. I've had a lot of clients come in here with that notion to only find that their hair is not as damaged as they think. But I don't know, so I understand. How do you give the scalp more oxygen? Not covering it up with a protective style, a wig, that kind of thing. That's what I mean by more oxygen. Not covering it with a protective style. Am I in Houston? No, I'm in Orlando, Florida. When you do the comb through the hair, it's shedding, but not bad. Correct, because she has type 4 hair. Even if I was using a wider tooth comb, one, she needs a trim really bad. So a lot of that hair is popping because that's hair that's split, has fairy knots, whatever. Two, in order for me to do a press, I have to use a smaller tooth comb, but this is a characteristic of type 4 hair because that hair becomes a zigzag. It's not a curl. So it's so tight that anything you run through it is going to literally create popping or anything. I don't really know how to describe it. But in order for us to press that hair, you have to chase it with a comb, or you're not going to be able to straighten it out. If I was to do it without a comb, you'd be so surprised. That hair is going to look exactly the same way as I started. Florida is so hot, is it? It is. Is natural coconut oil good for dandruff? No oil is good for dandruff because dandruff is an overproduction of sebum. Sebum is oil that the body makes. So the more oil you put on top of it, the more you are clogging those actual pores and creating more dandruff because you're telling the body to overproduce. It's clogged. Dandruff is something that it does better when you get it under control. When you start cleansing the scalp on a consistent basis, you're not allowing that dandruff to sit there for long periods of time. You're changing the things that you eat because dandruff also comes from the things you put in the body. And you are keeping the hair clean. That is how you get dandruff to lessen itself. It's all in control. Close your eyes, Mom. What can you use on your mature hair from breakage? I don't understand your question. What should you use when your hair is shedding? Repair RX protein treatment. That's the only thing that helps to stop the shedding within the first 20 minutes of use. That's a professional grade protein treatment. How often do you give your hair? I don't know. My scalp often gets dry and flaky like hers. Will tea tree oil help? No. Tea tree oil is actually going to make it worse. Tea tree oil is not used on its own. It's a great stimulant. So like we add tea tree oil to some of our products, but it's also one of those things where it should not be used too often because it creates more dryness. How often do you get your hair trimmed? All right, so for my pros, people who have been a part of the pro squad for umpteen years, what is the trim schedule for natural hair? Hair oil that you can use, we have our hair repair and growth balm that's infused with botana oil. It also has a number of other oils. It's very lightweight, you can use that. And you use it periodically, not every day. Quarterly, good job, Kim Jones. What's another way to say how often you should trim your natural hair? We already got quarterly. Can she use regular shampoos to wash every day, or will it make her hair frizzy again? She does not wash every day. For natural and relaxed hair, your traditional wash day should be once every every 10 to 14 days. Barbara, every 3 months. That's a good rule of thumb. Every 3 months. What's another way that I say how often a natural person should get their trim? Natural. 6 to 8 weeks is a little too close together. Seasonal. Good job, Blessed Melon. Seasonal. If you have 4 seasons, not like Floridians, the other states, then you can follow the seasons. Once every season, you get your hair trimmed. How many times do we wash per week? You do not wash per week. You wash every 10 to 14 days if you're natural. Can you put water on your hair every day? No, you shouldn't. Another way that I always say, rule of thumb, how often to trim, follow the financial calendar. If you are in the business world, you know that there are 4 quarters in a year. Follow the seasons if you live in a state or area that actually has seasons. Traditionally, time-wise, it should be every 12 to 16 weeks, which is every 3 to 4 months. Thank you, Star. If everybody could double tap that screen for me, giving us some thumbs up. This keeps our channel going. It tells YouTube how awesome our channel is. It is free. It does not cost you anything to hit that thumbs up button or double tap the screen. Should Caucasians also only wash every 10 to 14 days? No. Why? Because you have fine textured hair. Your hair literally gets oily at the drop of a dime. So you can wash every 5 to 7 days. I don't know why you guys wash every day, because that is not a requirement. That actually makes the hair even oilier. So I would say once a week, at max twice a week if you work out, for people who are Caucasian with very fine textured hair. Like for me, I have a short cut. I have fine textured hair. I traditionally like to wash my hair once a week or once every 10 days. How long should we take to wash our hair after straightening it? I mean, your next wash day is going to be 10 to 14 days after, so it's the same. Why are you doing a silk press during the summer? Just because it's summer, that doesn't exclude you from pressing your hair. Step back from the line. And just a reminder, you guys, our backpack and bounce bundles are available on our website at elitehaircareusa.com. That bundle includes the Elite Clarify and Refresh shampoo. It also has the Moist Repair Ultra Hydration shampoo. And it includes the Hair Repair and Restoration 2.0 conditioner, as well as a free full-size tuckable backpack. And that whole bundle is $39. It gives you everything that you need to get your child ready for back to school, especially if they're coming out of protective styles from the summer, that kind of thing. And it can be used for you as an adult. It's not just for children, but we wanted to make sure that you guys had everything you needed to get your kids ready to go back to school. I actually use all of the products that are in the backpack and bounce bundle on her hair today. except for the hair mask that I added to the cocktail that we did during the conditioner. But everything else that's in that bundle is what we use today. I say your hair looks nice.
Thanks. She's skating in the corner over there.
The flat iron that I'm using is from H2 Pro. I'm doing an RX treatment this weekend. So no cap under the dryer, then rinse warm water or cold. Rinse with warm water, and then you will do a rehydration conditioner using either the Moist Me 24 karat mask or the Bio Deep fortifying mask. You'll rehydrate the hair, and then that conditioner you will rinse with cold water. That'll be your last rinse. My website is elitehaircareusa.com. elitehaircareusa.com. I need help with my scalp. I get sores. What can I use to heal my scalp? I would definitely go and talk to your dermatologist first to see why you got sores before you try to heal the scalp yourself. Something else is definitely going on. Unless you have dandruff, and your dandruff, when you're lifting it, it becomes a sore. It's a little different. But normally you should not have a sore-bound scalp. All right, pros, so we are going to trim her. But you guys are gonna see a heck of a difference once we trim her versus right now while she's not trimmed. You can tell the hair is definitely in need of a trim, which is gonna be a big part of the health of the hair and the reason why I specify that trimming is so important. Maybe about Holmes to trim her now. All right. You gotta keep your head down and stop. Thank you.
Let's see if I know how to trim.
You don't. And don't let your mama play in your hair.
No, it's too late. Practice.
Don't let her practice on your head. She's trying to set you up for failure.
No, I'm munching something.
Thank you, Star. Yeah, if you're not following me on Instagram or Facebook, if you're on Facebook, definitely follow me on Facebook. I need to grow my Facebook channel. So if you follow Crystal Williams on Facebook, I have a blue check next to my name. So I need everybody to go and friend me on Facebook, please and thank you. My name is Crystal with a C, last name Williams. I think I'm sitting in a chair with a black dress on or something. You can be trusted cutting my hair. Thank you. I'm glad I am able to be trusted cutting your hair, because not everybody should be cutting your hair. So thank you for that. I definitely know the difference between a trim and a cut. And I love cutting. Okay? When I say love cutting, I love cutting. But I know when to draw back. I'm not in need of cutting someone's hair off. I don't get fulfillment from knowing that you're about to cry at the fact that I cut too much of your hair. How far from the Orlando airport are you? I'm about, say about 30 minutes with traffic. I'm right off the highway. So you can get to me really easily from almost anywhere because I am right off of I-4. Now she is still gonna have some split ends, you guys. There is no way for us to get them all unless I cut her hair to the roots. Okay? So splitting is going to still happen no matter what you do. But you can get it under control. So this is definitely a good starting trim. But is this the ultimate, okay, I don't have to trim it again for 2 years? Absolutely not, because you're gonna end up right back in the same space if you don't. All right, so we are all done with our trim. We're gonna go ahead and style her now. When I say style her, meaning we are going to finish out the process of the curl. Okay, chin back all the way back from me. So she wants a middle part. And then I'm also going to do her edges. I didn't touch her edges. Look at me. All right, chin down for me. So I'm gonna spray her with some hairspray. This is Sebastian Shaper. I've been talking about this spray for years. Elite Hair Care does not make an aerosol hairspray that I would ever say, okay, it's gonna be better than this, because we don't have one. So Sebastian Shaper is my go-to. And then I'm just gonna spray her lightly with some Goddess Polish. 4C Hair does a lot better with silicones than oils, especially when it comes onto the styling part of it. Okay, so I put the hairspray because it's gonna help me to close the cuticle and also make this nice and smooth a little easier. Chin down for me. But it is not required. Now she's already pressed, so I'm not gonna do small sections. I'm gonna just kind of do moderate sections. Now that she has her trim, her hair is gonna definitely react a lot better. So if you guys notice, it's a lot smoother. And you don't see pieces flying off and popping and all of that stuff. So my sections are about 1 inch in size. I'm burning her hair. Oh, okay. What's a fire? Oh my gosh. You know, her mom only brought her because I burn hair, so. It's cruel. It's cruel, you guys.
I like burn hair.
Now for my iron, I actually switched to ceramic. This is not the titanium iron. I'm gonna end up having to wrap you, so I'm gonna have to do it a little tighter when I wrap it. So I'm gonna have to wrap her to get her hair to do what I want it to do, because her hair is real disrespectful right now. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. I'm gonna go the old school route. Y'all just follow me. Just follow me. What iron is safer for the hair at home? Titanium or ceramic? Ceramic. Did I put relaxer on her? Some of the questions I can't tell if you're a troll or you just really asking just because you want to know. Is she doing an updo? No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. I just want y'all to trust the process. Just trust the process. You'll see exactly what happens. Just trust the process, y'all. That's all you gotta do. Because you remind me the way my mother used to do my hair. Love the lock. Her hair looks really healthy. Thank you. What do you think about the lock method? It's a great method, especially for low porosity hair. No, it's not enough yet. So we are going to wrap her, and I'm gonna add one whole nickel-sized amount of frizz control to my hands, and I'm going to literally rub it through the hair and the scalp. It's not necessarily needed for the scalp, it's more for the hair. This is not traditional cling wrap, you guys. This is actually biodegradable wrap that we use for hair color, which is why you guys see me having to spray her with hairspray. But it's not traditional cling. It's actually not made to cling with each other. So I have to use something like hairspray unless I go buy some cling wrap, which I'm not going to run out to buy them right now. Oh, right here for me. If it was cling wrap, it would definitely be a lot easier. Gotta use what you got. So she's gonna go under the dryer for about 10 minutes, give or take. Once the dryer starts to get cool, it's coming out. Actually, I like it. Let me put it cool. While she is under the dryer, we're just gonna clean up. You can sweep. You know you love to sweep. Go right on ahead, honey. The broom is right there in the back. The long broom, and you gotta use that little one. Her face, she can't see. No, she don't need to see. She ain't paying me to see.
I'm gonna get some of this too. I didn't get this side yet. Thanks. I'm good at it. I just look.
Alright, so we're gonna let this cool down for a second. Work against me, okay? Refill this thing. Lord. Chips. You like baby hair? It's okay, girl. I get it. I hate baby hair, but I need some. She likes baby hair, y'all. So we're gonna do that fast. That's what we want, okay? We want soft looking hair. Y'all see that? Like so, like such. Her mom's sound effects are just atrocious. Sound like Rick Ross.
Yes, you do.
Oh, that's so funny.
She just giggling in the corner.
Y'all see that?
She's gonna be looking for
Y'all see that? Alright, so we're gonna do a little baby hairs. Oh my gosh. My kids be like, Mom. so we're gonna use our little edge brush here. If you know what the edge brush is like, then you understand. Okay, so we're gonna just this ain't your mama kind of silk press. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing her kind.
I don't remember the last time she tried to silk press my hair.
It didn't turn out like that. And then an hour later, you were like a beggar.
Yeah.
What's your thing? Is she fly or she fly? Okay. Alright, so this is a light hold spray. You can still wrap it tonight, okay? So this is just so her hair won't revert back. Okay? For type 4 hair, if you don't spray it with something, it is going to go. Okay? So this is going to give her a little preservation, but she can still wrap her hair as she normally would later tonight. Okay? Yes, come through, honey, with the hair. And Crystal did the baby hair, so okay. So, if you don't believe in the Backpack and Bounce bundle, now you should be going to grab you some Backpack and Bounce. Go to EliteHairCareUSA.com. Grab you a Backpack and Bounce bundle, baby. This is exactly what we use today, excluding the edge control that I just applied and the hairspray. Everything else you already have for your wash day, for your teen, your tween, and yourself. And then here comes her mom with her credit card. Come on over.
It's her card.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. She's using her daughter's money. This is really good. Let me help you.
Even better. Come on, come on. This is our favorite part.
wait a minute, guys. Let's calm down. Like,
I get
Come on,
so
come on.
excited.
wait
Hurry
a
up before she
minute.
lock it.
I
Hurry up
know.
before she lock
You
it.
know what? Matter of fact, let me freeze this
Look, I
card.
got access to that.
You too?
I'll
Me
freeze
too.
it again.
Oh
I have
my
bank account
God.
We'll be
access.
here fighting.
Put that back in my wallet.
Yo, everybody know they're like, y'all know what we mean.
No.
That's the best kind. Real cute. I was gonna tell her. I actually think it was mine. Just
I have a
get that
Adriana's
ding.
card on my Apple Pay.
Look, in case she get
Start
that
tapping
ding on
away.
her phone.
Don't give her any. Don't give her any ideas.
That's a good idea.
No, it's not a good
No, I
idea.
just sent her messages. Can you send one? Like she used to do me.
Mm-hmm.
For Starbucks. She's like, oh.
All right, well, since it's your card, I'll let you
Thank
tap it,
you.
okay? Now you can just
Gotta
tap
be
it
tap
here.
it.
There you go.
Yeah, do you?
You can fill out your own stuff.
Yeah, do you?
Yes, yes, yes.
You fill it out now.
Do I need a receipt?
Yes, you do.
Oh.
You always get a receipt.
Yeah, just say it's good.
The one time you say you don't, you should have gotten one. Thank you guys. They say you did a great job. Thank you, beautiful. Thank you guys. Thank you, my dear.
You have my wallet.
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah, I'll put it back for you. Give me my wallet back. You were here playing.
Thank you, everybody. All right, bro. You are good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
very
will,
much.
you're welcome. Y'all have a good weekend, okay?
I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, ma'am. I shall. I shall. Have a good weekend. Okay, babe. All right, pros. So we are all done with her hair. I am just going to dry my hair. So if you guys have any hair care questions, now is the time to ask. I only have about maybe 15 more minutes under the dryer. I'm gonna take this off. Ooh. Thank you. So I'm just drying the rest of my hair. I just took the papers off. My crown area right here is still a little wet, so I'm gonna dry that. But if you guys have any hair care questions, go ahead and ask while your girl is sitting here. I'm located in Orlando, Florida. Will she keep with the normal trim routine? She should. And then for those that were asking what is in the backpack and bounce bundle, okay, so one, of course, I included a backpack. Two, you get the Clarify and Refresh shampoo. That is your cleansing shampoo. This bundle, I really created it because I know as us moms, aunts, grandmas, whoever take care of our children, when back to school time comes around, we now have to reset and restore, right? Because we've allowed our children to do whatever, whenever, however throughout the summer because they're on their break, and we don't want to have to continue to spend a ton of money outside of already including extra food in the fridge and your bills going in even higher because they're literally sitting there and eating and living up everything, right? So I created this bundle to really help us moms and grandmas and aunts, because it's not always just a mom that takes care of children who have hair, whether it be girls or boys, because you guys know I have both. One of my sons has a ton of hair. He has actually way more hair than me, and he's not even 2 years old yet. And then I have 2 daughters, right? So I wanted to make it simple for all of us to be able to restore our child's hair and really get them ready for back to school. Not everybody is going to be sending their child to the salon. Not everybody even goes to the salon now. So that is why I curated this bundle the way I did, because I wanted to make sure that you guys had all of the products that you need without you needing any additional products. So again, the Backpack and Bounce bundle includes a free full-size backpack. It also includes the Clarify and Refresh Sulfate-Free Charcoal Detox Shampoo. It also includes the Moist Repair Ultra Hydration Sulfate-Free Shampoo, which is going to be your moisture and hydration shampoo. That is going to help to reignite the hair from it being dehydrated, of it being covered up with all these protective styles and all these things, braids. Maybe your child has been swimming all summer. They did everything under the sun, right? And then it also includes the Hair Repair and Restoration Revive Pro Conditioner, because this conditioner is also going to reignite the hair. It is going to help repair the hair from the inside out. It's going to help to heal the hair itself from all the dehydration that it has experienced throughout the summer. Now, this bundle is not just for your kids, because these products can be used as an adult or a child, right? So this can be used whether it's for you, your children, your grandchildren, your niece, whomever. But all 3 products in this bundle are specifically curated together to get you ready for back to school 1, and to get you ready to get out of those protective styles that you decided to utilize throughout the whole summer. Because even us as parents were doing the same thing. You might have put braids in to get you through the summer. Well, now that everybody's going back to regular life, a regular routine, kids are at school, you're going back to work. Some of you are going back into the office, that kind of thing. That is what this bundle is for. All right, so let me answer some of your questions. Every time I silk press my hair, it reverses back in just a few hours. Jacqueline, that is not unnormal, or not normal. We're just going to use unnormal. I can't think of the word. Because your hair is supposed to do that. But, you know, if you're only silk pressing it like once every year, and you're expecting it to, you know, really last, it's not. 2, it also depends on the technique that you're using when you're silk pressing your hair. What is this? For those of you who just followed me on Facebook, thank you so much. Let me go and accept you guys. Thank you guys. I'm trying to build my Facebook page back up because my first page got hacked. Oh Lord, my father is out there doing his MP walk. If you're in Jamaica and you know anything about politics, my father is one of the green people. He loves his politics, y'all. Let's see. Do I do locks? No. Mm-mm. What styles can a person get with alopecia? It really just depends on the extent of the alopecia. So I can't really answer that. I'd have to see the hair to be able to tell you what style would work. To get the backpack and bounce bundle, you go to elitehaircareusa.com. It's actually on the homepage. What are your thoughts on protein and low porosity hair? Protein and low porosity hair still are vital because the protein is for when you are shedding a lot, when you're breaking a lot, when the hair feels weak. Low porosity hair is not always invincible. It does still need protein. I'm 60, my hairline or edges going gray. I don't mind the interior going gray, but the edges, I'm not happy about it. What's your advice? You can't do anything about that. Gray is a color that grows. That means that the follicle is maturing. It's not something that you can get rid of. You can color it, but it won't go away. It's going to continue to grow gray. Abnormal. Thank you, Lauren. Girl, I could not think of the word abnormal. I don't know why in my head. We're going to say unnormal. I make up words all the time. When I relax, I wash my hair 3 to 4 times in a week because of my sweaty scalp. How do I keep the hair from drying out? I would probably say to co-wash at least once and then regular wash at least once. But 3 to 4 times is excessive. It's good to know politics. Yeah, I'm not a politics person. But yes, it is good to know politics. Like Andy and my dad, they get along so well because they love politics. Which serum should I use? My hair is thinning in the temples. I use the B7 collection. Sabrina, for thinning, I would say to actually use the Goddess Hair Repair Serum, and definitely be sparing when you apply it and use your fingers to massage it in. I have alopecia. I have no hair, so what hairstyles can I really do with no hair? Well, I offer an alopecia replacement service, which is hair replacement. I also offer a weaving service. So there's definitely options out there. It's just more finding a stylist that can do them. Thinking of ever coming to St. Thomas to do hair. I might be the only person, but I'll be first in line to get my hair done for sure. I'm actually visiting St. Thomas for our family vacation, but not to do hair. I'm actually at the point where I'm not really going to be traveling to do hair. I'm not saying that I never will. I'm just saying that I'm not going to be. Oh, that's Star. Crystal, you need to know my hair is growing in my bald spots. It's very slow, but I see fuzz. Fuzz is better than none. The lady's hair with braids. Oh, look at the little baby. Okay. You're doing a lot. You okay? I let Kasim have, they kept his, I had them keep his umbilical cord attached for 3 minutes and then cut it off. Thank you. Somebody just made a comment and said, is it healthier to air dry or do you dry your hair via blow dryer? every wash. I don't blow dry my hair. I use this dryer to dry my hair. If you notice, even when I do my clients at like work, I'm actually utilizing this dryer first, the blow dryer second. Why keep the cord for 3 minutes? They said that it scientifically, they said that there's no proof that it helps. But remember, everything that you give the baby is through the umbilical cord and also through your amniotic fluid, right? But the umbilical cord is really the main part of it. So it's said that when you keep the umbilical cord on for just a few more moments, it helps the baby to thrive better as they grow. It's so many different developmental things that I've heard from not clamping the cord so soon. But again, there's no scientific proof behind it. I had a midwife and a doula. And, you know, midwives and doulas are more about preservation of the natural ways of doing things. So clearly, you know, that's kind of the main reason why I went that route. I had my placenta dehydrated and put into capsules. I had it encapsulated. I took the capsules like twice a day for about the first 5 days, but then I ended up in the hospital for another reason, which I got to give y'all a whole story about that. But I ended up in the hospital and then kind of stopped because my body was doing something weird. It had nothing to do with that, but they thought that I was bleeding internally. And I ended up having to go to the ER, and they found, yeah, okay, we'll talk about that later. It was a lot. Yeah, science don't know everything. I mean, when you really think like in Jamaica, yeah, they go into the hospital to have a baby, but majority of a lot of older people were born at home. They did not even see a hospital. They were born by a midwife in the community. You know, the baby's cord stayed attached for however long they wanted to until they decided to cut the cord. I still have my capsules. Yep. That's why I said I'll do a story time. I actually still have. I cannot throw them away. I don't know why. But I still have my capsules. They're in my bathroom, actually. I was looking at them yesterday because it's in the same place where I keep all of my Elite haircare products and all of my face stuff and all. It's in the same cabinet. It's in a mason jar. It's kept in a mason jar. Blessed Melon, you were born at home. Okay, a lot of people, you know, home birth in the United States is this thing, right? But really, it's not. A lot of countries, they still do home births normally. I had a C-section. How would that have worked in Jamaica? Just curious. I had a C-section. I had 4 C-sections. And I still did the same thing. And here in the States, I had 4 C-sections. But see, when I had my last baby, which is Kasim, it was extremely different because I had someone to advocate for me, to tell me what I couldn't do, that the hospital doesn't care or even have time to tell you, right? So I had a whole doula. I paid for a birthing doula, meaning the moment I went into labor, that's when she kicks in. So it's just like you having a day of coordinator for your wedding. I had a birthing doula. That was something that I paid for out of my own pocket, right? And then I had a midwife. My insurance did not cover my midwife. I paid for my midwife out of pocket because I wanted to have a VBAC, which is vaginal birth after cesarean, because I've had 3 cesareans. My youngest child at that time was Christian. Christian was only 10. I said, okay, it's been almost a decade since I've had a cesarean. I want to experience what real birth is like. And I went to a midwife because when I went to my traditional OB, the first thing she said was, oh yeah, we're going to do a cesarean. We don't really talk about VBACs. You've had 3 cesareans. I'm not going to give you a VBAC. And I said, okay, you want to put me? Great. So then I went to a VBAC. I went to a midwife who advocates for VBACs and home deliveries. Now, because I had 3 cesareans, she would not be able to deliver me at home because you have that extreme high risk of bleeding, all of these things, because I've been cut more than once, more than twice. So I was adamant about having a VBAC. Like, I was adamant. I paid the thousands of dollars out of my pocket so that I did not have to be pushed into doing another cesarean. And lo and behold, the day I went into labor, The moment I started feeling the labor pains, I was like, oh, we're going to do this cesarean right now. VBAC. Me? I wasn't even dilated. I was feeling the contractions. It was like, oh, hell no. This is for the birds. Super birds. Because once I went into labor and I started feeling these contractions, they ended up saying my cesarean was actually scheduled for the next day. And I ended up going into labor the day before because I did the midwives brew. Whole story time. We'll talk about it. I did the midwives brew and it actually worked. And I actually went into labor 4 hours after doing it. On the website, and it is $66.99. Jill, no, the backpack and bounce bundle is actually $39. Let me check though. I want to be sure. I had I had 3 epidurals, and my last child I actually had a spinal tap. I didn't even have to have an epidural because I went to a different hospital that they advocate for spinal taps instead of epidurals. So I was able to have a spinal tap where they literally did the tap. I sit down on the bed in the operating room right before they're ready to do the cesarean. They did the spinal tap. My body went numb within few seconds to a minute. And then they did the cesarean, and within 45 minutes of the cesarean being completed, I could feel my legs again. Right, it's $39. I just want to be sure. But you guys, I would do a whole story time on my 4th childbirthing experience. It was definitely very unique, extremely unique. And the story time really didn't finish right when I had him because there was so much after. There was so much after that came along with me having him. Because even, up until 6-7 months after having him, I was having a lot going on. A lot went on. But would I ever tell someone to not experience a VBAC if they've had a cesarean? No, experience it. Me personally, it just was not for me. I have a lot of your products. I don't think I'm using them correctly. Please help me. Natural, dry, dull, thinning, and breakage to my hair. Lethea, I actually went over earlier the steps for low porosity hair and all the steps for you to be able to take care of your hair. So if you want to go back to the beginning of the live, once it's saved, and watch it, it is going to give you every answer you need. All right, so I'm going to put a little bit of frizz control on my hair because I'm going to go ahead and curl this baby. Frizz control is not just for silk pressing. It is for anything. Sealing the hair. You can use frizz control before you do your twist outs. You can use frizz control for everything. So I think I'm going to do a down style this week. I did an up style last week, so we're going to do a down style. What should I do to grow my edges back? So our edge restoration cream is actually going to be the product to use. It is actually back in stock, by the way. So the edge restoration cream is back in stock. You can use the edge restoration cream in combination with our biotin boost serum, and that is the way to regrow that hairline. Thank you, DJ. How long will this bundle last on the website? Until it's sold out. Until it's sold out. I'm going to attempt to get more backpacks because I was only able to get 40 backpacks. I've been searching and searching and searching because in order for us to keep the bundle at $39, the backpack did have to be cost effective. So if I can get more backpacks from our vendor, which I'm just waiting on them to let me know, then I definitely will. Specifically, I'm trying to get the black backpacks because our logo does not show on the pink. The website is elitehaircareusa.com. Star just put it in the chat for you. Thank you, Star, by the way. For those of you that don't know, my moderators do not get paid to help me. These are people just like you guys that I met on my lives. Pac, Grace, Octavia, which I haven't seen Octavia in a while. Grace, I haven't seen on the live in a while. You know, everybody has their life going, things going. So Pac and Star just kind of step in. You know, my dad is a moderator too, but it's only when he's available. As you guys know, he's out there politicianing right now with his MPs and all these people. So I ain't bothering him. But, you know, these people help me for free. Like, I love them. I love them helping me, you know, doing whatever they can to keep my channel from being overtaken by trolls or bitter baby daddy or something like that. You know, sometimes they block people. They block things that y'all don't even need to be seeing because people say weird and atrocious things, like my baby daddy who's bitter and bald and bored. So I call him baby daddy. You're not my man. You're not a dad. You're a baby daddy. Is it best to use heat protection when doing this? Yes, that is why I put the frizz control on my hair. What would be your advice on starting a YouTube channel? How do you get monetized as a YouTuber? Bitter baby daddy. Well, starting a YouTube channel, you need to just start. Like I tell people, there's no magic pill to YouTube. Find something that you love to do. If you like to garden, okay, record yourself gardening and post the videos every time you step out there. Because you think that, oh, people don't care about that. Okay, people watch Castanet do not a goddamn thing, and they love him. Like, you know, my kids have their favorite people. What is it? Hip hip, it's Ronald. The little boy named Ronald and all these people. Like, everybody has the things that they like to watch. I like to watch dog grooming. I don't even have a dog that I can groom. Prince don't have any hair. Prince sheds more hair than a bald-headed person with alopecia. Like, I can't do anything to Prince, but every time I watch a dog grooming video of them doing something to the dog, here I go buying the products because I just want to use my dog to do it. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, whatever it is that you like to do, whatever it is that you love is what you show on YouTube. If you like to cook, okay, start a channel where all you do is record yourself cooking. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be absolutely amazing. Some of the most atrocious videos that I've ever filmed, and when I say atrocious, I mean quality, like I really wasn't trying. Those are the videos that I went viral. That is how my YouTube channel was formed. From me just being me. Like, y'all, look, think about it. You're literally sitting here watching me curl my hair. But you're sitting here watching me, though. Because it's something that you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I tell people. Take something that you enjoy doing and just record it. Use your phone. You don't need to go get no expensive cameras. Oh, I got to wait until I get this. Don't wait until you get anything. Prop your phone up on a can. I don't care. But record. You got to start by pressing record. And right now, Facebook is paying more money than YouTube. So if you have a Facebook account, your goal needs to be to get monetized because I heard that Facebook is paying so much, which is why I'm trying to also build my Facebook. because I have been neglecting Facebook for years. I never paid it any attention, not knowing that Facebook is paying people way more than YouTube right now, because YouTube has a thing going on where they're trying to make sure, you know, they're getting their standards back. They're not just giving it to everybody anymore. So that is the easiest thing to do. Turn on your phone. Everybody has a phone. It don't have to be an iPhone. It can be anything you have, but you gotta just start. Like, I have a yard project that I want to do in our front yard, because every time it rains, we lose all the mulch in the bed because there is a slope in our driveway. Well, I have no plan of fixing the slope in the driveway, because the only way to do that is to redo the entire driveway. And I don't have $50,000 to go redo cobblestone in a driveway, because our neighborhood is the way it is. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and fix the problem by making a bed, making a trench in the bed with some really nice stones and stuff, so that the mulch can't get out the bed. So for those of you, thank you, Kimberly, you are so right. This is the reason why I need everybody to go and follow me on Facebook, on my personal page. Okay? I mean, honestly, I'm very festive on my Instagram and Facebook anyway. I love Facebook and Instagram. So that is the best place to connect with me on a I am Crystal outside of YouTube Crystal, because you can show so much more. You can talk about so much more over there than you can over here. Like, there's rules over here, especially when you get monetized, right? But I'm very active on my social media. Ask anybody who was on my channel that I'm very active on my social media. I put more of Kasim over there. Like, everything else is over there. My page on Facebook is Crystal Williams. So if you just type in Crystal with a C, last name Williams, my actual page is verified. So you'll see a blue check next to it. And you'll see a picture of me sitting in the chair. Or if you type in Crystal Williams, I think you type in Crystal Williams Orlando, I should pop up that way too. So I need you guys to, you know, definitely go follow me on Facebook. I post my reels and stuff over there too. I love reels. They're fun. Thank you, Star. Try not to burn myself in the face. I don't know why I put that piece there knowing I'm gonna sweat. How can I get money on Facebook? So if you get monetized on Facebook, then Facebook starts paying you for your content. So I'm worried. My goal right now is to get monetized on Facebook and TikTok, but you guys know TikTok is kind of uncertain. So I'm working on Facebook. You know, when you tell yourself that you're going to do something, that's what's happening right now. I told myself that I'm definitely going to get back into my content creation vibe. Like, if you guys know, even YouTube, like, I had to get back into that. I did a 30-day challenge for myself, not with anyone. My 30-day challenge for myself was that I had to post a piece of content every single day. Well, I've exceeded the 30 days, and it helped me to get back into the flow of loving content. Like, you get boggled down by the world. And I'm still running a business too. So, you know, me creating content, my content is more about me. My content is about building business. My content is about starting your own brand. My content is about taking care of your hair. Like, that's what my content is centered around. And anybody that really knows Crystal, y'all know I love to laugh. So I'm always doing something foolish on there. But in a healthy, clean way. I do clean content. I don't do that raunchy mess. Thank you, Pack. Thank you, Kim. I don't even know if I just touched the piece of hair that I was curling, but okay. Listen, when you do your own hair, I'm the type, I just kind of rough up the back. I mean, I don't have time for all that because I can't see the back of my head. Anyhow, all right, so hair curl. Listen, the back gets whatever I give it. So I'm one of those people, I literally just rough up the back. I don't business. You got to see the back of my head, just know that the front is good. The back might be a little rough, but hey, it all looks nice. And then I just take my, I don't like flat hair. When you already have fine textured hair, flat hair is ugly. So I'll curl it like tight like that, and then I take my little comb and just kind of lift it up, give it that little messiness. This piece in the front, because I know I'm gonna sweat really bad anyway, I just kind of push that back anyway because I don't want anything on my head. That is all. My family's driving me nuts on the group chat. Every second of my text. And then I'm gonna take a little bit, y'all remember our black edge control? I still have some. No, don't ask me about it. We don't have any right now. But I'm gonna put some edge control on my edges. I'll show you guys exactly what I do with it. So I take our edge brush. That is all. That was our spritz that I still have not launched because I'm not confident in it yet. I have to be confident in something before I'm okay to release it. And there's a couple things that I want to change about the spritz, mainly because it needs to outperform anything else that I've ever tried. And if it doesn't outperform what I've tried before, then it's not ready for me. And I kind of talked myself out of dropping the spritz. I don't know why. This truth moment, I talked myself out of dropping the spritz. I'm like you guys, I'm human. All right, so let me get some liquid crack. If anyone knows what liquid crack is, then you should know that this is the only crack that I can use. Now, my spritz is not gonna be anything like this. I don't think anything could be like this. But it is the only thing that holds my hair after I'm done, which if you notice, I use it after I'm done. Does Shaper work well on natural hair? Absolutely. I've been using Shaper Plus since I was 17 years old. I'm 39. Should tell you a lot. Hasn't changed. Absolutely adore it. Donette was the one who actually, those of you that don't know, Donette is actually the person who has taught me majority of my skills to this point of my life. She is the person that got me into hair care. She is the person that gave me the tough love. We call her only the strong can survive Donette. But I was one and Toya was the second, and we both have brands. Toya's Samurai Wrap is doing out so well. And Toya was Donette's other assistant who survived Donette. And Donette taught us the business. Like, she taught us how to be firm. She taught us hair care. And literally, we have thrived since. So Toya is the other person. She has a product called a Samurai Wrap. If you ever saw her on People's Court, she had to sue one of the vendors that cut her fabric. But Toya is also another big brand just like me. Donette, that's my boo. That's my boo right here. Anybody knows Donette knows that Donette and Crystal. Yeah, okay. All right, y'all. Whew. Hey. All right, so I'm going to let everybody go. I hope you guys have a good weekend. Don't forget to go and grab your Backpack and Bounce bundle while it is in stock. Again, stock is limited. If I'm able to get more backpacks before we sell out, or if we sell out, then I will restock, but it's not a guarantee because it's not a guarantee that I'll get more backpacks. So you guys definitely go, get you a Backpack and Bounce bundle for the kiddos.